Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Victoria and I'm a junior studying communications. Today we're going to be visiting some of my favorite off-campus spots that make the Tampa Bay area special. A short walk across the bridge from campus, you'll find Curtis Hickson Park. Located in downtown Tampa, it serves as a popular spot for concerts and festivals. Next door is the Tampa Museum of Art and Glazer Children's Museum. In addition, check out Tampa's Riverwalk, a downtown biking and walking trail that links 5 museums and 7 parks. Just a couple of blocks away is the historic Tampa Theater, a restored movie theater from the 1920s. Tampa's downtown business district, with 18 skyscrapers, is a great place for internships. From here, catch a trolley over to Ybor City, Tampa's historic cigar-making district. Along with lots of restaurants and music venues, Ybor offers a movie theater, museums, shops, and an active nightlife scene. In the mood for some shopping? Take a stroll through Hyde Park Village, an outdoor shopping district with high-end shops and restaurants. For a more traditional experience, International Plaza and West Shore Plaza are both within 4 miles of campus. All shopped out? Nearby you'll find beautiful Bayshore Boulevard, home to the world's longest continuous sidewalk. This 4.5-mile path is ideal for walking, running, or biking, and keep an eye out for dolphins and stingrays in the bay. Any hockey fans out there? The Amalie Arena is home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. In addition, the arena hosts over 150 concerts and events each year. If football's more your speed, come see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Raymond James Stadium. Just across the street is the spring training facility for the New York Yankees. Catch a game when they're in town. You can get close up to nature at Tampa's Lowry Park Zoo. Enjoy the tropical setting while viewing more than 1,200 animals ranging from tigers to chimpanzees and to manatees. Be sure to also check out the Florida Aquarium, an award-winning facility with 20,000 fish and aquatic animals from ecosystems around the world. If you're a thrill seeker, then Busch Gardens has you covered. This popular amusement park features 5 top-rated roller coasters and animal exhibits. We've saved the best for last. The Tampa Bay area has some of the most beautiful white sand beaches in the world. Clearwater Beach provides the perfect spot to swim, relax, and hang out with friends. Here we are, back at the absolute best spot in town, UT's campus. I hope you enjoyed getting a taste of what makes this area so exciting, and that you'll soon join us here in the beautiful Tampa Bay area.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel features a large main hall complete with a massive pipe organ, as well as meditation rooms and meeting rooms. Student healthcare is a major priority for us here at UT. The Dickey Health and Wellness Center is accessible to all students and provides high-quality services including basic medical care, counseling, and wellness programs. On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium, a weight room, and training facilities. In addition, the campus features an aquatic center open year-round, 6 tennis courts, baseball and softball fields, a 1,500-seat stadium, as well as a lacrosse field and intramural complex. Need a break from studying? Head to Falk Theater and catch a play. This 1,000-seat historic theater serves as a home for all major performances made by UT's Department of Speech, Theater and Dance, as well as special guests. This is one of UT's newest facilities, the Innovation and Collaboration Building. Here you will find UT's very own Starbucks. In addition, classrooms, cybersecurity labs, study lounges, and the Loth Entrepreneurship Center, designed for student entrepreneurs to launch their startups. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video tour of UT, we'd love to give you one in person. For more information or to schedule a campus visit, go to ut.edu.
This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school. Academic opportunities are extensive and rigorous, but this mid-sized residential campus retains a welcoming feel. With a student-faculty ratio of 16:1, students benefit from direct interaction with expert faculty, a faculty that is passionate about teaching and mentoring. Outside the classroom, UT enjoys a unique environment. Plant Hall, a National Historic Landmark, is surrounded by modern and historic buildings on 105 acres. UT's beautiful downtown riverfront setting offers a gateway to the heart of a vibrant city. Students are within walking distance of jobs and internships, and the recreational opportunities are endless, both off-campus and on campus. Students live in upscale residence halls and enjoy diverse activities, including performing arts, guest lectures, nearly 200 clubs and organizations, and a nationally ranked NCAA Division II athletics program. The UT experience begins with an innovative first-year program and continues with opportunities to challenge yourself in the honors program, to study abroad, to conduct research with faculty, to do an internship, to volunteer in the community, or to participate in multiple leadership programs. Explore your dreams, discover your talents, get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today from UT Baseball Field. We have Sunshine State Conference action today between the Florida Tech Panthers and your host, the University of Tampa Spartans. The Panthers come in with a 6-2 record, 5-2 in the SSC. Let's run down the Panthers lineup here today. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 4, Raul Quintero. Playing left field, number 6, Jacob Newton. Batting third will be the second baseman, Rodney Bernard. In the cleanup spot, Paul Castillo, the third baseman. Right fielder, Brett Parrish, will bat fifth. The designated hitter, Dylan Owens, will bat sixth, and he'll be hitting for the pitcher, Mitchell Harding, freshman right-hander. Batting next, the 7-hole, Alec Eldridge, the first baseman. Catching today and hitting eighth will be Blaze Maris. And rounding out the batting order for your Florida Tech Panthers is Sam Schnurr, the left fielder. Or excuse me, the center fielder. As you can see on the field, teams are lining up for the national anthem. We'll take a break here while the anthem is playing. We're ready to go here. Spartans are about to take the field. We'll set the lineup for you. In the outfield, going left to right, left fielder Jamarcus Lyons, center fielder Jose Cadenas, right fielder E.J. Cumbo. In the infield, third baseman Drew Earhart, shortstop J.D. Urso, second baseman Nicholas Winklemeyer, and first baseman John Malcolm. Behind the plate for the Spartans today will be Josh Rulai, and pitching will be Braden Nelson. I'm sure most of our fans who are watching today probably got to check in on the game last night. These two teams played over on the East Coast in Brevard County in Melbourne at Florida Tech's home field, where the Spartans claimed a 7-1 win. Michael Paul went 6 innings for the Spartans, allowing 1 run on 4 hits, and striking out 6 before Jordan Leisure and Mike DeMoe came in with scoreless relief innings. E.J. Cumbo had a big game, going 4 for 5 yesterday, driving in a pair with a double and 2 runs scored. Braden Nelson, a right-handed pitcher for the Spartans today, comes in with a 1-0 record on the young season. Again, Spartans are 5-1 on the season. Nelson will go to work here against the Panthers, facing Raul Quintero, Jacob Newton, and Rodney Bernard here in the opening frame. Our umps today, John Lavin behind the home plate and John Dowdy on the base path.
What's the shortstop's number? 6.
Raul Quintaro steps into the box, leading off for his team. He's got a team-leading .435 batting average, 10 hits so far this season, scored 8 runs. Good top-of-the-lineup guy. Talked to Coach Greg Burkmeyer prior to the game. He told me a little bit about Quintaro, said he's a 5th-year COVID senior, 4-year starter for his team, came in as a freshman and waited behind 2 seniors, learned from those guys. But Burkmeyer said since then, Quintaro's been his best baseball player. Maybe not the most talented guy he says that he's had, but the guy who works the hardest and just gets the game. Fundamental baseball player, he said. First pitch away there to Quintaro from Nelson. Swings at one, sends it down the third base line for a single. Oh, it's going 2. Make that a double. Ball gets deep down the line. Leadoff double for Raul Quintaro. That'll bring Jacob Newton to the box. Newton hitting .368 on the season. Couple doubles, 4 RBIs, 5 runs scored. Only 3 strikeouts so far in 28 at-bats. Nelson looks in. Throws one low. Newton looks at it. Nelson delivers. Swung over. Strike 1, 1-1 count. John Lavin will walk the ball out, give the catcher a second. On the season, Braden Nelson has made 2 starts. He's 1-0 on the year with 7 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. ERA of 4.91. Ooh. Little excuse me swing over the top of that. That'll be 1-2. Braden Nelson way ahead here. Newton rolls over on that one. Malcolm will take it himself. 1 down. Does move the runner over to third base, get him 90 feet from scoring. That'll bring up Rodney Bernard. Rodney making a little bit of a homecoming today from right here in Hillsborough County, a Hillsborough High alum. Bernard hitting .156 on the young season, 3 RBIs, 1 home run. That ball is away. Nice stop there by Josh Rulai, dropping on that one and keeping it from squirting between the legs. Nelson delivers. Ball sent out to center field. Jose Cadenas comes in underneath it, and he'll throw home. Runner smartly goes back to third base. Quintaro back to third base. Nice throw, nice play by Jose Cadenas out there in center field. That'll bring up the hot corner, Paul Castillo, number 13. Castillo looking to bring up that average from 107. Just 3 for 28 to start the year with 1 double. Does have 3 RBIs, looking for number 4 here. Let's see what Nelson can do with it. Nelson delivers. Low. 1-0. As I said, a little overcast day. Nice breeze in the air. The flag is going in right field. Checks with the ump. The ump says, ump on the field says no. Ball 2. Not the bright, sunshiny day we'd love to have today, but pretty and 70 degrees out there. So though it's overcast, our view of downtown Tampa is remarkable. Swings over that one, fouls it straight back. 2-1. Swings over, fastball up. 2-2, evens the count. Nelson swings over that. Nelson gets him swinging over that one. Strikeout to Paul Castillo. That'll leave the runner stranded. So
0-1.
After the top of the inning, we have no runs on 1 hit, 1 man left on base.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
And we're back for the bottom half of the first inning. For the Florida Tech Panthers on the mound today, Mitchell Harding, freshman right-hander, 6'1", 200-pound righty from Orlando Olympia High School from Windermere, Florida. Harding is 1-0 on the season, making 2 starts, 9 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts. Hard-throwing freshman right-hander. Coach Winklemeyer said, it's early. It's going to be early to the fire for some of these young pitchers he has, and Mitchell is getting his start today against the top-ranked UT Spartans. Nick Winklemeyer will lead off for the Spartans. Winklemeyer, a native of Sarasota, Florida. Played at State College of Florida before transferring here to UT. He looks at the first pitch inside. Winklemeyer hitting .294 to start the season. Couple of doubles, 4 RBIs. Fouls that one back. Tied for the team lead with 9 runs scored so far is Winklemeyer. He looks at one low. 2-1. Winklemeyer goes the other way with that one. Looks like it's hooking foul. Yep, it lands just foul. Evens the count up at 2-2. Mitchell Harding delivering today to Panthers catcher Blaze Maris. I like that name, Blaze Maris. There's a breaking ball, rolls over to Castillo. Castillo throws across to Eldridge. That'll be the first out of the game or the first out of the bottom half for the Panthers. Brings up E.J. Cumbo, who, as we mentioned at the top of the telecast, had a big game in their tilt with the Panthers yesterday over in Melbourne. Cumbo was 4 for 5 with a double, 2 runs, and 2 RBI. He looks at the first offering from Harding. Attempts a bunt, but foul ball. Cumbo comes to us from New York Tech by way of W.T. Clark High School in East Meadows, New York. Talked to Coach Joe Urso before the game, said, All-American in the Northeast, and he was concerned he might face some adjustment period coming down here, but he's done well. He swings at that one, weekly hit. Harding digs it out and throws over, and a nice play by Eldridge there, first base, to pick it clean for the second out. 2 down, and that'll bring up Drew Earhart, the Spartans' third baseman, member of the 2019 national champion team, native of Tampa, Florida here, Wharton High School graduate, son of friend Rodney Earhart, UT Hall of Famer. Got to see Drew play a number of games in his high school career and a couple here at UT over the years, and he's a fun, hard-working player. Kid you'd call a dirt rat. Always out on the field. 0-1 is the count. Earhart looks at strike 2. Let's see if Drew can pick one out for himself. Looks at that one away. Coming into the game, Drew's hitting .385 with 6 RBIs. 1 double to his credit. Playing third base today. Skies that one. Newton comes charging in. He settles under it and makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Harding. And we are scoreless through 1 inning.
is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Braden Nelson out for his second inning of work here. He'll face Brett Parrish, the right fielder for the Panthers. Nelson gave up a leadoff double to start the game, but then retired the next three. That first pitch is away. Ball one. After that leadoff double, runner reached third, but Nelson left him there with a strikeout for the third out. That ball is fouled straight back, 1-1. Parrish, the Panthers' right fielder, comes into the game hitting .226, one home run, two doubles so far this season. Nelson delivers it's a high pitch, and Parrish swings over the top of it. One down, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Dylan Owens. Owens making his third appearance of the season. 1 for 6 so far with a single. Let's see what he does against Nelson here. Sends the first one flared out. That'll be a hit going for extra bases. Let's see. A little bit of a bad bounce there on Cumbo in the outfield. He'll cruise into second base with a double. The second hit, the second double for the Panthers in this game. Owens sits at second base as the Panthers bring Alec Eldridge, the first baseman, to the plate. Eldridge comes to the plate, hitting .263. He scored 4 runs this season. It's one double, or excuse me, one triple. So I think the only triple so far for the... No, correction. There's one more triple for the Panthers this season. See if he can work in the game's first run. That'll be strike one to Eldridge. Braden Nelson checks the runner, delivers, that ball's away, gets slightly away from Rulai, but he keeps it in front of him. Owens tracks back to the bag at second base. One count. Ball is skied down the left field line. Jamarcus Lyons goes after it, but that ball is just a little too far out into foul territory. 1-2 count to Eldridge. The wind has picked up considerably in this inning, blowing out towards right center. The lefty takes a big cut, and he'll go sit down to the third strikeout from Owens. That'll bring up Blaze Parrish, the Panthers catcher. Blaze Maris, the catcher, hitting .368 on the season. 4 RBI. He'll take his cuts with 2 down, looking to bring in Dylan Owens from second base. Maris calls timeout, steps out, and gets reset. Nelson set to deliver. That ball catches the outside corner. No, it doesn't. Umpire pointed, but nope. Ball one. And try to get the movements of John Lavin behind home plate, figure out what his rhythms are. Thought he pointed at the check swing, but guess not. Swings over that one. Ooh, that one smarts. Fouls it right off his shin bone. Lavin will walk out and probably trade balls with Nelson and make sure that baseball looks okay while his defender in the home half in front of him rubs at the spot on the shin. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's going to be fine. Everybody knows catcher's the toughest man on the field. No doubt that Blaze Maris lives up to that reputation. Maris sends another one foul. It's going to go up against the baggie down the right field line. 0-2 count. Maris, a native of Gainesville, Florida, went to Buchholz High School, South Florida State College before he transferred over to Florida Tech. The 0-2 delivery from Nelson. Check swing, strike three. So outside of the double, Braden Nelson retires the side with 3 strikeouts. 0 runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We'll be back in a few.
First of all, very flattered that everybody would come. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
Do you remember the girl wearing the Go Phil shirt following you around?
Yeah.
It's me.
I
It's
do.
been me on several occasions.
I started papering my cubicle with pictures of you.
Do you have a picture of the shrine? I mean, I'd love to see it.
I've got a mental picture of it, and I do seems too. Pretty weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that I have a happy marriage because of you, because sometimes I do a little substitution, you know, just mentally.
Whoa.
But
Anyway, Mike, let's...
For 42 minutes, he's been trying to bring an entire stadium to its feet.
You missed it, buddy.
Why does he do it? For glory? Notoriety? We don't know. Frankly, we don't need to know. But much like this hero, Courtyard is all about the game.
1, 2, 3. Whoa, there's my guy. Yes. Go. Snacks? Yeah, man. Eat it up, and we're going to burn it off doing the way.
Welcome back, folks. We head to the home half of the second inning. Freshman Mitchell Harding will continue his solid start with 3 straight outs there in the first inning. He'll face the meat of the order for the Spartans. Jamarcus Lyons leads off, followed by John Malcolm, Nick Durr. Lyons, a sophomore, another local product from King High School, hitting .300 on the season. Jamarcus Lyons played his high school ball for the legendary coach Jim Macaluso, who's been the head coach at C. Leon King High School since 1976. Jamarcus was a wonderful student and a wonderful teammate at King. Got to spend some time with him there as a newspaper reporter for the Tampa Tribune. Always enjoyed covering Jamarcus. 1-1 is the count to Lyons, the left fielder. Swings over on that one. Castillo make a tough charge and throws over to Eldridge. One down. Good play by Castillo, the third baseman. Love seeing that kind of play from your defender behind you when you're a young pitcher trying to get through a big lineup like this. That was a good effort. John Malcolm, the first baseman, steps in to the left-handed box. Malcolm, a .350 on the season. 2 doubles, 1 home run, 12 RBIs in the first 6 games for the 5-1 UT Spartans. Wind still kicking in his favor down toward the right field line. He goes the other way with it, but that ball's going to drift foul. With Panthers left fielder Newton was running hard after that one, but if that had got inside the line, that might have gone for 2. See if Malcolm can straighten it out here or send it the other way. 1-2. Malcolm swings over that one, big cut at a looping breaking ball for the first strikeout for Mitchell Harding on the game. That'll bring up the Sarasota native Nick Durr. Or excuse me, yeah, the Sarasota High graduate, Lakewood Ranch native Nick Durr. Played for Coach Metcalf at Sarasota High, then attended FSU, Florida State, for 1 year before transferring here. Durr, a senior, 1 RBI, hitting .200 so far on the year. But when he gets on base, he seems to produce. He's got 8 runs scored already this season. 0-1 is the count for Harding. Throws a breaking ball. Castillo with a nice diving grab, gets up and throws across to Eldridge. High throw, but a nice catch by Eldridge to retire the side. UT goes 1-2-3 again in the bottom of the second. We head to the third. No score, 0-0. We'll be back on the SSC Network. Guys, but yeah, they're playing really well. They're
At Doubletree by Hilton, we believe in nice. Not your okay, fine, just being polite kind of nice, but a genuine nice. The kind that's contagious, that you can't help but take with you. The kind of nice you want to share with others. But don't take our word for it. Come for a stay and help us prove nice travels. Book at Doubletree.com.
Braden Nelson back for his third inning of work on the mound. Sam Schnurr, the center fielder, will lead off from the 9-hole for him, and before the lineup turns over, back to Quintero and Newton. Schnurr hitting .320 on the season. 4 runs scored, 5 RBIs, and a double. Braden Nelson seemed to find a rhythm after His second double allowed to Dylan Owens there. Struck out 3 in the inning, including the final 2 batters he faced in the second, Eldridge and Maris. Catcher Josh Rulai looks into the dugout for the sign. Nelson delivers from the stretch. 0-2 to Schnurr. Ball to the infield. Nick Winklemeyer fields it and throws over to Malcolm. Malcolm with a good stretch to make the play. 1 down here in the 3rd inning. Raul Quintero, the leadoff hitter, steps to the plate for the Panthers. Quintero doubled and reached 3rd in the 1st inning, but they couldn't bring him in here in this scoreless game so far. Nice stop by Rulai, drops the knee down, keeps it in front of him. Quintero takes the team lead with 3 doubles with his 1st inning double. Swings over that one. 0-2 is the count. To the leadoff hitter, Raul Quintero. That ball's away. Correction on that previous. The umpire tells us it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Scoreboard operator got a little jumpy with the 2nd strike. But we've got it all figured out now, folks. We appreciate you checking in with us on the SEC Network. Hope you're having a good day and enjoying some baseball here. The Panthers and the Spartans. 31 is the count to the leadoff hitter, Quintero. Quintero thought he might have drawn the walk there, but the umpire brings him back with a full count. Must have caught the black there on the inside corner. Braden Nelson with a good piece of pitching there. Wasn't going to let him do much with that pitch, but caught just enough of the plate for strike 2. See what he could do with the payoff pitch. Fly ball sent down the right field line. That's going to hook foul into the netting. We'll do the full count pitch all over again. He rolls that over to 3rd base. Earhart takes it on 1 hop and burns it across the infield to Malcolm for the 2nd out. Good play there for Earhart, who proving his versatility all over the infield. Playing 3rd base today. Usually a 2nd baseman, but can play some shortstop. Very athletic young man. That'll bring up Jacob Newton. Talked to Coach Birkmeyer prior to the game and told me that Newton's a junior for the team and from Ontario, Canada. Came in to the Panthers as a infielder, and they converted him to an outfielder. He spent some time in right, and now he's in left field for Florida Tech. Looking see what he can do with 2 outs here in the top 3rd. He sprays that one foul and over the netting. 0-3 2-2. Nelson, 4 strikeouts on the day. Let's see if he can pick up number 5 here. Burns that one away. See if he could get him to chase a bad pitch. Newton wasn't having it. It's first AB. Newton ground out to the first baseman. Another pitch away. 2-2. Newton just hoping he can find a way to reach, get on in front of Rodney Bernard, standing in the on-deck circle. Nelson delivers another one, low and in the dirt. That'll fill up the count, 3-2. Nelson delivers the payoff pitch to Newton, who spoils it foul. Staying alive here. 3-2. The 2-hole hitter, Jacob Newton. That'll be a walk. Nelson will take his chances against Rodney Bernard, the 3-hole hitter here for Florida Tech. As I mentioned last time around, Mr. Bernard played here at Hillsborough High School. Played for former Terriers head coach Kenny White. Part of a region championship high school baseball team. He sends that one to J.D. Urso at shortstop. Urso throws it across to Malcolm. That'll be a quick third out. Leaves a runner aboard after the walk. It's no runs on no hits. 1 man left on base. We head to the middle of the third, tied 0-0. We'll be back on the SEC Network.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more and more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
We're more than just $7.99 large 2-topping pizza delivered.
Hey, B, is this it?
We're an end zone dance at your doorstep. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
I'm first of all very flattered that everybody would come. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
Do you remember the girl wearing the Go Phil shirt following you around?
Yeah.
It's me.
I
It's
do.
been me on several occasions.
I started papering my cubicle with pictures of you.
Do you have a picture of this, Ryan? I mean, I'd love to see it.
I've got a mental picture of it, and
I do
it's
too.
pretty weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that I have a happy marriage because of you, because sometimes I do a little substitution, you know, just mentally.
Whoa.
But
anyway, Mike, let's...
And we're back, folks, for the bottom half of the third inning. Spartans will send J.D. Urso to the plate to lead off. Urso, the freshman, nearby Plant High School graduate, son of the legendary head coach here, Joe Urso. J.D. hitting 261 so far in the season, 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored. He'll face off with Mitchell Harding, pair of freshmen going at it here in the third inning. Harding delivers. Little up on that one, 1-0. Urso ahead in the count here. He swings that one, sends it to Castillo. Busy day for Castillo so far. He throws across for out number 1. Ground out to Urso will bring up the catcher, Josh Rulai. No surprise here that Coach Joe Urso has a stranglehold on the players from Hillsborough County. Rulai, a Riverview graduate in the east part of county. Played for Coach Billy Libby there. Spartans backstops made, this is his 5th start this season. He's hitting .313. 1 run scored, 1 RBI. Looks at a breaking ball, 1-1. Ball up. Ball's inside. Comes close to Rulai's shoulder, but he turns away from it. 2-1 is the count. That ball's across for strike number 2, says John Lavin, the home plate umpire. As a person who spends a lot of time on the baseball diamonds across Hillsborough County's high school fields, I always love to come out and see UT. And today we have 5 players from Hillsborough County playing at the next level. That ball to Castillo. Castillo throws across again. Brought in by Eldridge for out number 2. Bring the 9-hole hitter, center fielder Jose Cadenas, up to the plate. 5 Hillsborough County players in the starting lineup for the Spartans. 2 more from Sarasota High School. And 1 New Yorker in E.J. Cumbo. Cadenas looks at first pitch. A little bit outside. 1-0. Cadenas looking to break out of a little bit of an early season slump, hitting .167. Has scored 3 runs and driven in a pair. Hopefully hitting in the 9-hole, he'll turn it around. We'll see him climb the lineup throughout the season. Very fast runner, good defender. High school state champion at Gaither High School in North Tampa. I think that hit one. Harding lost a little bit of the grip on that one, sends it skipping through the left-handed box. Nick Winklemeyer go track it down behind the plate. Cadenas ahead, 2-1. Umpire liked that one. 2-2 is the count. Said he caught the outside corner on that. Pitch like that, Cadenas had the room to send that down the line. Let's see if he makes the adjustment if Harding decides to go outside again. Oh, he comes inside. Cadenas fouls one off right in front of the plate. Count remains 2-2. John Lavin trades the baseballs with Harding. Gives him a fresh pearl to throw. Two and 2.
What do you think about snow shots if you have to
Another little check swing. They'll let it roll. It rolls positively for Cadenas. Comes to a stop inside. That'll be an infield single. The first hit of the game for the Spartans. We'll tell everybody when they look at the book the next day that was a liner into center field. But Jose Cadenas will take it any way he can. That's a single for Cadenas. That'll turn the lineup over and bring Nick Winklemeyer back to the plate. Sure, Harding will have his eye on the speedy Cadenas over there leading off at first base. Eldridge is on the bag, ready for a throw over. Cadenas makes a stutter step but doesn't go. Winklemeyer waits on the 0-1. Throw over to check Cadenas. He wasn't that far off. Gets back pretty easy. Gets a little dirt on his uniform. Sliding back into first base. Winklemeyer waits on the 0-1. Another throw over. Cadenas easily back. Spartans first base coach Jose Jimenez leans in and gives him a little bit of an advice. Cadenas settles in about 7 or 8 feet from the bag off first base. Clearly the Florida Tech Panthers know what they have on the base paths and are keeping him as close as possible. He delivers home. That ball will be low. Winklemeyer just looks at it. 1-1. Cadenas takes his lead at first. Throw over. Easily back. The strike 2 call there on Nick Winklemeyer. 1-2 is the count. Delivered to Winklemeyer. He fouls that one off. Just spoiled a good pitch. Breaking ball, that would have been a tough one to do something with, so good piece of swinging there. Spartans looking to take advantage of their first hit of the game from Cadenas down the third base line. Mitchell Harding sends one to Rodney Bernard. Easily throw and catch over to Eldridge for the third out of the inning. Mitchell Harding leaves a runner stranded there in the third inning. 0-0 as we head to the fourth, folks. We'll be back after these messages on the SSC Network.
At Jimmy John's, we're freaks about best-in-class ingredients. So it's no wonder we announced our new 9-grain wheat sub in the middle of a wheat field. When you've got news this big, it's not enough to just add it to the menu. Where's the freak yeah in that? To celebrate a new sandwich with a taste so inspired, we introduced it in the place that inspired it. The new Jimmy John's 9-grain wheat sub, now available at a Jimmy John's much, much, much closer to you. Wheat yeah? Freak yeah.
Oh no, you can't Welcome back to this scoreless game between the Florida Tech Panthers and your University of Tampa Spartans. We head to the fourth inning. Paul Castillo steps into the plate, the cleanup hitter for the Panthers, facing off against Braden Nelson. Nelson's first pitch delivered outside, ball 1 to Castillo. Nelson's worked around a pair of doubles and a walk, 1 base runner in each inning so far. That ball spoiled foul behind the plate. 1-1 to the cleanup hitter Castillo. Nelson pitching from the stretch. That ball is skied out. Urso calling off Lyons. The shortstop, J.D. Urso, makes the catch. Fly out to the shortstop. First out of the fourth inning. Brett Parrish steps in for the Panthers. Parrish struck out in his first at-bat in the second inning. Parrish, a native of Rockledge, Florida, right by Melbourne, right a few miles from Melbourne where Florida Tech plays. Ball 1 is the first pitch. Swings over the second pitch, 1-1 to Brett Parrish. Parrish, a graduate of Rockledge High, sophomore, 6 foot, 190 pound. Braden Nelson ahead, 1-2 to Parrish. Swings over that one. Ball hits the dirt. Rulai makes the easy throw down to first base. Notch up Braden Nelson's 5th strikeout of the game. That'll bring the designated hitter Dylan Owens, who had a 1-out double in the second inning. Double in his last at-bat. Sends that one over to Urso. Urso throws it across to Malcolm. Fast 1-2-3 inning for the Spartans as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. No runs for either team so far. We'll be back here in a few minutes.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you. MrEmpanada.com.
Okay.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Back here in the bottom of the fourth, E.J. Cumbo, the big hero from last night's win against Florida Tech over in Melbourne, comes to the plate. E.J. ground out to the pitcher in his first at bat in the first inning. Mitchell Harding back on the mound for the Panthers. Harding's worked well, just the one infield single to Jose Cadenas last inning, the only blemish on his record so far today. Cumbo with the open stance from the left-hander box. A little too long for the delivery, calls timeout. We'll reset both pitcher and hitter here in the fourth inning. An excuse me swing. Slow roller back to the pitcher. The pitcher, Mitchell Harding, throws over to Eldridge for the first out. Drew Earhart up to the plate. Earhart flew out to left in his first at-bat. Home plate umpire John Lavin cleans off the dish for us as we get set for Earhart's at-bat. Earhart shows bunt but pulls it back, a ball away. 1-0 start this at-bat. Curveball catches the plate, 1-1. Fastball away, they check. John Dowdy on the bases says no, sir. 2-1 is the count. That ball gets away from Maris. 3-1 to Drew Earhart. I want to take a second here to thank my producer today, Nico Gamayo, keeping us looking sharp on the video screen and making me, giving me a little bit of break between innings, playing the commercials and sending me to and from, doing a good job. Earhart sends a hard chopper down to Castillo. Castillo across the diamond. Stretch pulls him off the bag. Eldridge can't keep a foot on. That'll be an E5, allowing Drew Earhart to reach with one out here in the fourth inning. Let's see if the Spartans can make that hurt with the meat of the lineup coming. Big Jamarcus Lyons steps to the plate. Coach Burkmeyer comes out to just have a quick conversation with umpire John Dowdy about what he saw in that play. I think he might have think he had the ball in his glove right before the toe got pulled, but no. Umpires will confer here between the two of them. I don't know how John Lavin's going to say he saw much of anything else with Dowdy on the ball, but we'll see. It's a good effort on a late chopper by Castillo. Throw just a little bit up the line. Safe is the call. He remains. Earhart at first base. Again, that'll bring Jamarcus Lyons to the plate, seeing if the Spartans can scratch out a run here in the fourth inning. Earhart takes his lead off first base. Eldridge trying to hold him close. That ball's in the dirt, but Maris keeps it in front of him. Huge gap out in left center. See if Jamarcus can pull one and send one to the fence. Maybe move Earhart around. Lyons, who attended State College of Florida after King High School before transferring here to UT. Hitting .275 after his first at-bat, a ground out to third base. He takes a big cut, 2-1, but gets just a piece of it, and Maris makes the squeeze of the ball. 2-1 to Jamarcus Lyons. Lyons sends one high towards right field. Parrish coming over. Actually, it's the second baseman, Rodney Bernard, who goes out and makes a great catch over and falls backwards. Earhart returns back to first base. Nice play by the second baseman, Rodney Bernard. That'll bring John Malcolm, the big first baseman, up to the plate. John struck out in his first at-bat. Spartans still trying to make that one-out error hurt. See if they can get on the board. Malcolm at the plate. Mitchell Harding looks in, checks over the runner. He'll deliver to Malcolm here, the first pitch. Strike one, says the umpire. Throws over to check on Earhart. He gets back easily. I think I finally figured it out, folks. It took me 3.5 innings, but I think I finally have John Lavin's point to the plate strike call mastered. Hopefully moving forward, I'll get it right from now on. I thank you for your patience. That ball's ground towards Quintero. He throws the long way, gets the out of first base, strands the runner who had reached on an error. So no runs on no hits, one error, one man left on base for the Spartans in the fourth. We head to the fifth inning, tied 0-0. We'll be back.
I love being a Spartan. I love being a Spartan. I love being a Spartan. I love being a Spartan.
I love being a Spartan because I love Tampa.
And because of all the opportunities available for me here.
And because of the gorgeous campus.
Because the people are great, the campus is great, and there's a million majors to choose from.
And because of the large diversity of students.
Amamos UT por todos los amigos que hemos hecho.
And because even though we come from all parts of the globe, we stand as one.
Because everyone's free to be who they are.
For their support of veterans.
Because we're like one big family.
That's my second home away from home.
Because all the professors are really great. And everybody on campus is super friendly. Because we found each other. I love being a Spartan because the student body is as warm as the weather.
Because I hate snow.
I love being a Spartan because of the small class sizes. And because of the amazing athletic training program.
Because of the College of Business. And because of the banging UT music program.
And because we can build close relationships with our professors. Because the marine biology program is great. And because they have a very hands-on film program. Because of the pre-vet program and the campus is fantastic. Because the art program is awesome. Because of the education program.
I love being a Spartan for intramural sports.
And because of cross country.
Because the men's lacrosse team is going to win a national championship.
Braden Nelson out for his fifth inning of work for the Spartans. He'll face off against Alec Eldridge, the first baseman for the Florida Tech Panthers. Eldridge struck out and is swinging in his first at-bat. Delivery from Nelson. Swinging strike, foul ball. One delivery. Ground ball nicely snagged by Nelson, who makes the flip over to the first baseman, John Malcolm, for out number 1. That PFP working well for Braden Nelson, the pitcher's fielding practice. Everybody loves it, right? Makes a good snag off the mound. Glove side. That'll call up the catcher, Blaze Maris. Strikeout swinging victim in his first at-bat back in the second inning. A ball away and low. 1-0 is the count to Maris, the Panthers' backstop. Checks his swing. 2-0 is the count. All low, 3-0. See if Nelson can battle back here and get a strike or two on the board. There's strike 1. Don't think Maris was going to swing at that no matter where it was. 31 though, he'll pick one. He'll pick a spot and wait for it here. Sends that one foul. Coach Burkmeyer steps out of the way and watches that one as it goes down the line there in the third base box. Full count, 3-2. Pitcher Braden Nelson versus Blaze Maris. Maris sends that one skied. Nick Winklemeyer settling underneath it, makes the grab. 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. Next up for the Panthers, 9-hole hitter Sam Schnurr. Schnurr from Boca Raton, Spanish River High School graduate. Freshman, left-handed hitting freshman. Skies that ball in the outfield, but Cumbo looks like he's got a beat on it. That'll be the 3rd out. 1-2-3 inning for Nelson. Just a pair of hits, 2 doubles, and a walk against Nelson in this game. We'll be back in a few seconds.
At DoubleTree by Hilton, we believe in nice. Not your okay, fine, just being polite kind of nice, but a genuine nice. The kind that's contagious, that you can't help but take with you. The kind of nice you want to share with others. But don't take our word for it. Come for a stay and help us prove nice travels. Book at DoubleTree.com.
You could probably run a second one because the catcher's he was the last.
We're more than just $7.99 large 2-topping pizza delivered.
Hey, B, is this it?
We're an end zone dance at your doorstep. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Take foul balls.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites.
More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
So yeah, now usually the catch is pretty.
Freak alert! Jalen. Not like a slips into baby talk when he's feeling insecure kind of freak. Not even a whittle bit. Jalen's a freak about hand-slicing all-natural meats for every Jimmy John sandwich he makes. Look at his unfettered joy! And not just for ham. You should see him with capicola. Thank you, Jalen. Your meat freakiness means better sandwiches for all. Freaky.
All right, and we're back here in the bottom of the fifth. Nick Durr up to the plate for the Spartans. Mitchell Harding back out for his fifth inning of work. He's pitched extremely well today. Just the one single in the third inning, and an infield single at that, and a runner reaching on an error last inning. Throws that one away for ball one. Durr ground out to the third baseman Castillo in his first at-bat. Harding delivers a breaking ball, catches enough of the plate to make it 1-1. That's a tough pitch right there. Ooh, that ball inside. Durr gets away from it. 2-1 is the count. Another breaking ball. That one doesn't have enough of a bite back in for John Lavin's liking, but he's been calling that inside corner on that breaking ball pretty consistently for the freshman pitcher for Florida Tech. That ball's inside, and that'll be the leadoff base runner, Nick Durr, reaches on a walk for the Spartans. That's the first time they've had the leadoff hitter on. Let's see if freshman J.D. Urso can get things going, move him around, and try to get that run across for the Spartans here in the fifth inning. Urso also grounded out to Castillo, who had a busy run there in the second and third innings, starting 4 of the 6 outs. Durr takes a modest lead, and he's off with the pitch. Little hit and run action. Urso sends it down into right field. That ball is going at least for 2. Let's see. Yeah, Coach Urso pumping the arms. Nick Durr in easily. A stand-up RBI double for J.D. Urso. Puts the UT Spartans on the board. 1-0 University of Tampa to start this game off. Good piece of hitting from Urso there. That'll bring up Josh Rulai. See if Rulai can trade places with Urso and make this inning a big one for your UT Spartans. No one holding on Urso. He can take as big a lead as he wants. Now the second baseman's creeping in a little bit. Must have heard me talking. Timeout. Urso tag back up. Rulai, the backstop for the Spartans here today. Sun's bright. There's plenty of clouds up in the sky, but the sun has opened up behind us. Beautiful day out here at UT Baseball Field, home of your 8-time national champion Spartans. Rulai sends a hard shot to shortstop. Great dig by Eldridge there for the first out. Does the job, though. Moves Urso over to third base. Jose Cadenas will take his at-bats, looking to drive in his teammate from third base. Cadenas with the first hit of the game, a little Little swinging bunt down the third base line that the Panthers' pitcher and third baseman tried to let roll foul, but it came to a dead stop about 20 feet in front of the bag. Little squeeze bunt. Urso coming home hard, scores easily on the sac bunt from Jose Cadenas. Great effort there with the sac bunt, 1-3 RBI. Good productive hitting from the bottom of the lineup here. Spartans take a 2-0 lead. 2 down here, and that'll turn the lineup over for Nick Winklemeyer, the leadoff hitter for the University of Tampa tonight. A couple ground ball outs for Winklemeyer. That ball in the batter's box. Winklemeyer dancing his way around, not wearing that one in the ankles. Some good athleticism there. Probably a little closer than he would have liked to have seen. I believe Winklemeyer was a member of the Sarasota High School State Championship team, one of many for Coach Clyde Metcalf. He sends one out into center field for a single. Schnurr brings it back into the infield. Nice hit up the middle. Liner single for Nick Winklemeyer. Spartans with a good inning started right now. 2 down for E.J. Cumbo, last night's hero. A pair of ground balls to the pitcher for him today. That'll draw a mound visit, maybe just calm down Mitchell Harding. The young freshman has pitched well today. Prior to this inning, just 2 runners had reached, 1 on a hit, 1 on an error, but the walk hurt to start the inning and followed by the double and some good small ball to move the runner around and bring in that second run. Probably just telling Harding to focus on the hitter here. Maybe they've got a plan for Nick Winklemeyer over at first base. Maybe they got a play worked out, but I bet he's telling his young pitcher, hey, this guy has ground a ball back to you 2 straight times. Let's see if we can focus on him and get us back in the dugout, give us a chance to swing. Quick visit. Harding will go at Cumbo. With 2 already in here in the 5th inning.
Nico? Huh? Have fun? Of course.
Winklemeyer leaning back towards first, but has a solid lead. Throw delivered home. That ball's low, 1-0 to E.J. Cumbo, the right fielder. No one is warming up in the pen down the down the right field line. Harding's inning to finish here. He throws that breaking ball, gets strike. 1-1 is the count. I know the Spartans would love to get a chance to get the meat of their lineup, Earhart, Lyons, and Malcolm, next 3. Let's see if Cumbo can keep this inning alive with 2 outs. Sends a fly ball to right field. Burns the right fielder, Parrish. That ball's going for extra bases. Urso will hold up Winklemeyer. That's another double in this game. Second double of the inning for the Spartans. Puts 2 in scoring position and brings up Drew Earhart to the plate. Urso will go out and collect the equipment from Cumbo from second base. Winklemeyer at third, Cumbo at second base. Earhart at the plate, facing against Mitchell Harding, the freshman pitcher for Florida Tech. If you're just joining us, the Spartans have taken a 2-0 lead here in the 5th inning. Strike one to Earhart. A little bit of life going on down in the Panthers bullpen. Looks like number 31, Matt Danina, down there. Earhart swings hard and sends it way foul down the third base line. 0-2 is the count. Two count. Taking just a little bit too long for Earhart. He'll step out and call timeout. 0-2. Here comes Harding with the delivery. That ball is away. 1-2 is the count. Earhart reached on an error on the third baseman, a throw pulling Eldridge off the bag in his last at bat in the 4th. But he was left standing at first base as 2 quick outs were made by the Panthers. Let's see if he can open this game up a little bit here with something in play. Swings hard, sends it foul the opposite direction. Still 1-2. Ball in the dirt, 2-2. You always know when an inning is successful when you see the coaching staff looking like a sporting goods store. Jose Jimenez down at first base with a couple of ankle and shin guards on, and Coach Urso did throw in Cumbo's wrist guard or elbow guard after his double. Harding delivers. And Earhart will sky that ball towards the first base side. Eldridge makes a snow cone catch there over his shoulder in foul territory. But the Spartans do put 2 on the board on 3 hits, including a pair of doubles, an RBI double for J.D. Urso and an RBI sac bunt for Jose Cadenas. 2-0 Spartans lead as we head to the 6th. We'll be back. For example, being...
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough?
Top of the lineup here for the Panthers in the 6th inning. Raul Quintaro led off the game with a double and ground out to third base and his next at bat. looking to answer. UT Spartans 2 runs in the first half. Quintero fouls that ball off his ankle, and he's down for a second. Once again, John Lavin will take the walk out to the mound, give him a few extra steps to shake that off. He's limping pretty good. That one smarts folks right off the top of the foot. He's got that ankle guard, but it's not an easy play. They're calling in a trainer to look at him. He's still in a considerable amount of pain. Hopefully Raul will be okay here. Rulai will give him a few minutes as he will go out and talk to his pitcher, Braden Nelson, who's out for his 6th inning of work. Florida Tech training staff comes out to look at their leadoff hitter. You'd hate to see Quintero have to leave this one. Again, like we said, a 5th-year player here for the Florida Tech Panthers, 4-year starter. As I mentioned in one of his previous at-bats, Coach Birkmeyer said of him, he's the kind of guy you want on your team who stays within himself, never tries to do too much, just a steady producer of a baseball player for him. Obviously, a lot of faith hitting in that leadoff spot. Came into the game today hitting .435. Added his team-leading third double of the season early in the game, but was held at third base. Couldn't push across that first run. Looks like he's going to stay in this one, tough it out. He'll be a little stiff and sore, but hopefully it'll shake loose as he gets going here and takes a couple healthy cuts. 0-1 is the count to leadoff hitter Raul Quintero here to start the 6th inning. One and one. That ball misses away. 2-1. See if Braden Nelson can come back and even this thing out. Swings over that one. Earhart with the charge, throws across for the first out here. That middle infielder glove, that one was no problem for Drew Earhart playing third base today. Jacob Newton comes to the plate. He walked in his last at bat. 0 for 1 on the day. Nelson delivers the first pitch away, 1-0. Second pitch of the at-bat is fouled back. 1-1. One down here in the 6th inning. Nelson's delivery. That'll catch the plate. 1-2. Nelson gets him swinging, his 6th strikeout of the day. Braden Nelson pitching very, very well after a couple doubles, 1 double each in the first and second inning. Only a walk since then. See if he can keep that going here against Rodney Bernard, the 3-hole hitter for the Panthers. First pitch inside, 1-0. Bernard with a hard hit shot down the left field line. That's going to go for extra bases. Lyons back there brings it in, but that's a stand-up double for Bernard. The third hit, third double for these Panthers today. Good piece of two-out hitting there down the line. Rodney Bernard. That'll bring up the third baseman Paul Castillo to the plate, looking to answer back those 2 runs that the Spartans got in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Let's see what Braden Nelson has to say about that. That ball is up, 1-1. Nelson delivers the 1-1 pitch, swung over, 1-2. Castillo guessed wrong on that pitch. One and two. It's now even 2-2. That ball away. Bernard's lead off second base. Castillo awaits the 2-2. Sends it to Earhart at third base. He'll step around the runner and throw it the long way. That's the third out. A double, 2-out double spoiled there as Braden Nelson leaves him stranded. 2-0 Spartans lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back after these messages.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
Yeah, first of all, very flattered that everybody would come. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
Do you remember the girl wearing the Go Phil shirt following you around?
Yeah.
It's me.
I
It's
do.
been me on several occasions.
I started papering my cubicle with pictures of you.
Do you have a picture of this, Ryan? I mean, I'd love to see it.
I've got a mental picture of it, and
I do
it's
too.
pretty weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that I have a happy marriage because of you, because sometimes I do a little substitution, you know, just mentally.
Whoa.
But
Anyway, Mike, let's...
All right, we're back, folks. Thanks for tuning in today on the SSC Network. Live from beautiful downtown Tampa, the campus of the University of Tampa, as the host Spartans take on the Florida Tech Panthers. Jamarcus Lyons steps in for his third at-bat of the day, 0 for 2. Mitchell Harding back out there for the Panthers. Bullpen is active. I'm assuming that Harding will have kind of a short leash in this inning as his pitch count has to be getting up there pretty high. Pitched well in this game. last inning kind of got away from him a little bit with a couple doubles. That ball just outside. That'll be 2-0 to Lions. The 4-hole hitter here for the Spartans.
I turned to baseball one field. When the Mexico was bad, Mark said, "Oh, we got a packed house here. They hope everybody's safe."
Lions spoils a fastball over the netting on the first base side. 2-1. Here comes the delivery from Harding. That was a pretty pitch. Lions swung over a breaking ball. Ends up way outside. Maris with a nice job reaching across his body for the catch. 2-2. Ooh, Lions looks at a pretty pitch. Strike 3 is the call. 1 down here in the 6th inning. Just the second strikeout for pitcher Mitchell Harding. That'll bring up John Malcolm, the first baseman, also 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout in the second inning and a ground ball to shortstop in the 4th. Malcolm takes a big cut, swings over the breaking ball, 0-1. That ball's inside, 1-1.
So they're 25, 12 goals.
A 1-1 delivery. That ball's well outside. 2-1. Malcolm waits the pitch. That ball is well inside. 3-1 is the count. Delivery from Harding there. Fouled back. Fills it up. 3-2. To John Malcolm. That ball's slashed up the middle. Malcolm with the single. His first hit of the game. That'll bring Nick Durr to the plate. Durr started off last inning scoring, walking to lead things off before J.D. Urso drove him in. Give the Spartans the first run of the game. That will likely do it for Mitchell Harding, the freshman pitcher. Again, a tough last inning for Harding, and this one, as I mentioned, he had a little bit of a short hook, but a good outing. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs. Of course, he's still responsible for the runner at first base, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. 83 pitches on the day for Mitchell Harding. That'll bring Matt Danena, native of Martin County, Florida, Martin County High School graduate. Obviously, we're a few years apart, maybe a few decades apart, but I myself am a Martin County High School alum, home of the Tigers. They're in Stuart, Florida. He's from Palm City, just across the St. Lucie River from Stewart and the high school. Beautiful area down there, the Treasure Coast of Florida. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a second.
Nowadays, more and more people are on the go. We are all busy with work and family. Clean Eats has a solution. At every Clean Eats location, we have grab-and-go coolers that are packed full of freshly made breakfast, lunch, and dinner meals. Whether you are a soccer mom, business person, athlete, or just someone that does not have time to prepare your own meals, Clean Eats has you covered. Our grab-and-go cooler will always have a wide selection of meals to satisfy you. Each to-go meal is priced under $7 to make our food very affordable. Be sure to stop and try a to-go meal. Clean Eats. It's a lifestyle.
I don't keep that. Junior right-hander Matt Danina takes over on the mound for the Florida Tech Panthers. He'll face off against Nick Durr here with a runner on first, one out in the bottom of the sixth inning. Danina making his second appearance. First pitch delivered inside. He has 3 innings pitched, only allowed 1 hit, struck out 4 so far for the Panthers this season. One and one to Nick Durr. Again, John Malcolm leading off first base after reaching on a single up the middle into center field. Skies that one. That's going to be out of play. Back behind the catcher. 1-2 to the 6-hole hitter Nick Durr. Two and two, that ball inside. Spartans bullpen has remained quiet here thus far. Looks like Nelson will get another inning of work, at least start another inning of work in the bottom half, or excuse me, in the top half of the seventh. Here in the bottom, 6. 2-2 to Nick Durr. Durr sends that one into the outfield. Schnurr makes the catch. John Malcolm will retreat to first base. 2 down. And that'll bring up J.D. Urso, who got the scoring started with a big double, RBI double, last inning. Give his team his first run. Urso 1 for 2 on the day. Spartans freshman shortstop. That ball is called strike, catches enough of the corner for the umpire's liking. John Lavins liked that inside pitch. 2 right-handers all day, whether it be the curveball from Harding or now the fastball from Danina. That ball skips in 1-1. Urso swings at the 1-1 offering. He's hustling down the line. Castillo can't get a good clean read on it, but he makes an adjustment, throws to the second baseman, Rodney Bernard, and catches John Malcolm sleeping for the third out. What a play from Paul Castillo, the third baseman for the Panthers there. Just a heads-up play. Keep that inning from continuing. We'll be back after this.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites.
More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites.
More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
The game doesn't.
We're more than just $7.99 large two-topping pizza delivered.
Hey, B, is this it?
We're an end zone dance on your doorstep. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
And we're back for the seventh inning. That last inning ended with some excitement there. With Paul Castillo, the third baseman for the Panthers, having a little bit of trouble getting the ball out of the glove with the speedy J.D. Urso barreling down the line at first base, but he gets the ball out. Urso gets credited with a single, but John Malcolm goes a little bit too far off second base, and they get that third out there at second base. Great play by Parrish. That'll bring up, by Castillo. That'll bring up Brett Parrish to start things off for the Panthers here in the seventh inning. Parrish skies one towards center field. Jose Cadenas comes in, calls the people off, and makes the grab. One pitch, one out there for Braden Nelson. Two pitches for Braden Nelson. Gets that out quickly. Nelson starting his seventh inning of work. Only 3 hits allowed, 1 walk. Those 3 hits, all doubles though for the Panthers. One of those doubles in the second inning belonged to this man, Dylan Owens, steps into the plate, the designated hitter for Florida Tech. It looks at a first pitch breaking ball for strike 1. "79 pitches so far for Nelson. That ball up, 1-1. Two and 1 to junior Dylan Owens from Vieira, Florida. Another nearby school, Cocoa High School alum, nearby there, right in the general Melbourne vicinity where Florida Tech is. He fouls that one back, making it 2-2. Nelson sitting on 6 strikeouts for the day, looking to add to that total. Nelson delivers the 2-2. Swung hard towards Urso at shortstop. He fields it, throws across to Malcolm. That's 2 outs. That'll bring up the first baseman, Alec Eldridge. Eldridge 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and a ground ball to first. Nelson delivers strike 1. Six-two right-hander Eldridge looks at a ball, 1-1. The Spartans bullpen slowly coming to life out there, but it doesn't appear that they are in a rush to bring anyone out. That is Jordan Leisure, who pitched 2 innings last night, 2 scoreless innings, but the Spartans put up enough runs to allow Coach Urso to pull him a little earlier than he would have necessarily needed to had the game been close, and Leisure is available today. That ball's flied out into left field. Jamarcus Lyons tracking after it, and guess what, folks? The Florida Tech Panthers have their 4th hit, their 4th double of the day. Alec Eldridge doubles down into left field. So they've had a leadoff double, a 1-out double, and now 2 2-out doubles in back-to-back innings. Let's see if Florida Tech can scratch one across the board and cut the Spartans' lead here. Blaze Maris, the catcher, 0 for 2 on the day, steps in against Nelson. Maris sends a hot shot to Malcolm, but Malcolm picks it cleanly off the shoe tops, catching the liner. 1 pitch, 1 out there. Runner stranded at second base after the double, so no runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th with your UT Spartans leading 2-0. We'll be back in a second.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you. MrEmpanada.com.
I guess it's not the first one to eat. Yeah. If you follow on live stats is always going to be ahead.
Are we back? Are we back?
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together. How it all connects.
Josh Rulai coming to the plate for the Spartans here in the bottom of the 7th. Rulai 0 for 2 with a couple of ground ball outs today. Matt Danina out for the Panthers again here after relieving Mitchell Harding last inning. Danina gave up the hit, but he got the smart play from Castillo. That ball's sent up the middle. Shortstop Quintero, great play across the diamond, throws for the out. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up 9-hole hitter Jose Cardenas. 1 for 1 on the day with that big RBI sac bunt and a single to his credit. Happy to see it for the Gaither alum Cardenas, who having a little bit of a slow start. Came into the game hitting 167. Hopefully another hit today and pump that up a little bit. He looks like at a pitch that catches the inside corner. 0-1. And 1 pitches away, 1-1. Speedy Cardenas looking to get on base and create some havoc for the top of the lineup. See what he can do against Danina. Ooh, and Danina hits him. Cardenas wore that, looked like under the rib cage. He'll trot on down to first base. Didn't hit him in the leg, so I imagine he'll be looking to move over the speedy runner for the Spartans. As we turn it over to the top of the lineup and Nick Winklemeyer. When Cardenas reached in the 3rd inning, he certainly caught a lot of attention from Mitchell Harding, so let's see if Danina has his eyes focused on him as well. He's off with the first pitch. Maris sails one into the outfield. Bernard backing up the play. Easy stolen base for Jose Cardenas. Runner in scoring position for the Spartans with 1 out. Nick Winklemeyer. John Dowdy comes to move the rosin bag out of the field of play, put it behind the pitcher. Hard-working umpires out here today. Just a programming note, this first game will be 9 innings of this doubleheader. The second game today scheduled for 7 innings. So 9 innings here, 7 innings later on this afternoon. That pitch is up, 2-0. Winklemeyer had a single in the 2-run 5th inning for the Spartans, but was left stranded at 3rd base. Let's see if he can bring Cardenas, or move Cardenas down, or bring him in possibly. Checks his swing, but the umpire calls a strike. That's 2-1 count. The 2-1 pitch about to be delivered to Nick Winklemeyer. He looks at that one up. 3-1 is the count. Quintero, the shortstop, keeping a close watch on Cardenas there off of second base. Coach Urso giving him routine updates as fielder creeps in behind him. That'll be ball 4. 2 aboard for E.J. Cumbo here in the 7th inning. Can't see the number, but there is someone warming up down there in the Florida Tech lineup, or Florida Tech bullpen. Might be 41, Danny Vasallo. 43, my man on the spot, Nico Gamayo. My good eyes from my producer today, and he is right. It is the left-hander, Joe Hecht, down there from Dayton, Ohio, warming up in the bullpen. Slow walk out to the mound from the Panthers' assistant coach. Let's see what he has to say to Matt Danena. Likely just giving some time for the reliever to warm up. But Danena will get his chances against Cumbo here. Had a big double last AB. Home plate umpire John Lavin goes out to bust up the mound conversation. He's going to give it the slow walk around, give the pitcher a little bit of courtesy. That is the official visit, so Danena will stay in to face E.J. Cumbo here with 2 aboard, 1 out in the bottom 7th. In the Tampa Spartans bullpen, looks like Leisure is, again, still out there working, but not working at a frantic pace. He's taking some pitches off watching the game, and they do have a second pitcher up, another right-hander. But from my angle, I can't see it. Pitch is delivered. Breaking ball strike, 0-1. A lot of small motion in Cumbo's bat as he waits on the pitcher to come. And the pitcher delivers the 0-1 count. Actor checks back the runners. 1-1. If you're just joining us, Jose Cadenas at second base after being hit by a pitch and stealing a base, and Nick Winklemeyer at first with a big lead after the base on balls. Cumbo steps out to readjust. 1-3 on the day. Double and a couple ground balls back to the pitcher. Quintero sneaking behind Cadenas there. The shortstop sneaking behind the runner at second base. That ball's away. 2-1. That ball's away. 3-1 the count to E.J. Cumbo. Coach Urso before the game saying Cumbo is really showing that he can spray the ball over the field, but a lot of power to the pull side. So let's see what he can do with some space down there, down the right field line. We're full up here. Matt Danena, the right-handed pitcher for the Florida Tech Panthers, versus E.J. Cumbo. Stays alive, fouls that one back. Right over on deck hitter Drew Earhart. Earhart picks up the ball and flips it to the home plate umpire. Full count. Fouls that one straight back. Earhart makes a great play from the on-deck circle off the baggie. Good play. Good hands from Drew Earhart, today's starting third baseman. Another full count delivery. Another ball fouled straight up. Let's see if Maris has a chance. No, ooh, Maris goes hard into the low brick wall. Shin guards first, thankfully, so it looks like he's okay. Count remains full. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th, 2 aboard. Needed somebody, third baseman, somebody needed to tell him he was a little closer than I think he thought he was. He was at a full sprint when he, the Maris, Blaze Maris, the catcher, full sprint when he ran into the wall. But as I pointed out when he fouled the ball off his shin earlier in the game, catchers are tough. That ball's pulled foul. Quite the battle here between Danena and Cumbo.
This sounds like I really not for it until I saw that happen. Like the whole whoever wins the
Full count delivery. Another one sent down the line. Count remains full. Cumbo's getting his money's worth in this at-bat. Spoiling some pitches, hopefully waiting for something he can do some damage with here, with 2 aboard. Cumbo delivers. Probably swung at ball 4 there, but fought it off. Stays alive, 3-2. Again, as I said, in his last AB, Cumbo doubled. Was left stranded with 2 men in scoring position when a foul pop from Drew Earhart ended the 5th inning, but not before the Spartans took the 2-0 lead. That ball catches the inside corner, and home plate umpire John Levin rings up Cumbo. That'll bring up Earhart, who we mentioned a second ago. 2 outs in the inning. Earhart is 0 for 3, reaching on an error in the 4th.
My brother, he was living in a ball. He decided to stay at home. He don't want to take him on the hit. So they have the course they don't want to score.
After the hit, batter, and walk earlier in the inning, Danena won quite the battle there with Cumbo. Let's see what he can do against Earhart. Right over the middle, 1-1.
Tiebreaker, so you have catcher, pitcher,
Foul ball down the first baseline. Danena set to bring it into Earhart. Earhart sends a chopper to first base. This should be an easy play for Eldridge, who steps on the bag to end the inning. 2 left aboard on no hits, no runs in the 7th inning. We head to the 8th with your University of Tampa Spartans leading the Florida Tech Panthers 2-0. We'll be right back.
Pitcher number 8.
Leisure.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Victoria and I'm a junior studying communications. Today we're going to be visiting some of my favorite off-campus spots that make the Tampa Bay area special. A short walk across the bridge from campus, you'll find Curtis Hickson Park. Located in downtown Tampa, it serves as a popular spot for concerts and festivals. Next door is the Tampa Museum of Art and Glazer Children's Museum. In addition, check out Tampa's Riverwalk, a downtown biking and walking trail that links 5 museums and 7 parks. Just a couple of blocks away is the historic Tampa Theater, a restored movie theater from the 1920s. Tampa's downtown business district, with 18 skyscrapers, is a great place for internships. From here, catch a trolley over to Ybor City, Tampa's historic cigar-making district. Along with lots of restaurants and music venues, Ybor offers a movie theater, museums, shops, and an active nightlife scene. In the mood for some shopping? Take a stroll through Hyde Park Village, an outdoor shopping district with high-end shops and restaurants. For a more traditional experience, International Plaza and West Shore Plaza are both within 4 miles of campus. All shopped out?
All right, folks, we are back here on the SSC Network. Jordan Leisure takes over on the mound for the UT Spartans. Jordan pitched 2 innings yesterday, and the Spartans win against Florida Tech on the road. Also coming in will be Mikey Navarrete, will take over at third base. He'll replace the second baseman, Nick Winklemeyer. Drew Earhart, who was playing third base, now moves over to second. Strike 1 is the call from Jordan Leisure to start this game. Ground ball. Earhart gets tested in the new position right away. Makes easy work of that one for the 4-3 putout. That'll turn the lineup over. Raul Quintero comes to the plate for Florida Tech here in the 8th inning. As I said, Leisure pitched 2 scoreless innings yesterday in the Spartans' 7-1 win against the Panthers. Struck out 3, gave up 2 hits. No walks, no runs. Good outing for the Riverview High School alum, Tampa native Jordan Leisure. That ball is skied into the outfield. Cumbo, waiting in right, makes the easy catch. Two away here. Fast in the 8th inning. That'll bring Jacob Newton to the mound. Or, I'm sorry, to the plate. I apologize, folks.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT. with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel features a large main hall complete with a massive pipe organ, as well as meditation rooms and meeting rooms. Student healthcare is a major priority for us here at UT. The Dickey Health and Wellness Center is accessible to all students and provides high-quality services including basic medical care, counseling, and wellness programs. On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium, a weight room, and training facilities. In addition, the campus...
Welcome back, folks. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Joey Heck, the left-hander, takes over on the mound, junior lefty from Dayton, Ohio, for the Florida Tech Panthers. Good relief outing from Matt Danena, who went 1 2/3 innings, allowing 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, 1 strikeout. Jamarcus Lyons steps in against Heck to start this inning.
Pitch hitter on deck, Sam Freitas.
Lyons hits a ball down the third base line. That was a tough opposite side hit. We're going to give him a hit on that one. That ball was throwing side, rolled up his glove a little bit, deep at third base. We're going to give Jamarcus Lyons an infield single right there. Be a pinch runner brought in for Lyons. Running for Lyons, that'll be Carlos Salavera. Sam Freitas, the pinch hitter here, hitting for John Malcolm. Salaveria takes the lead off of first base. Freitas squares to bunt and wears one in the chest. That'll work too. Get the runner across. By a hit batter, so 2 runners aboard to start the 8th inning here for Tampa. Nick Durr steps to the plate. Durr had a walk and scored a run in the 5th inning. He's 0 for 2 on the day. But does stand right now as having the deciding run thus far. Let's see what he can do with 2 runners aboard. Durr also squaring to bunt. He pulls back. That'll be a ball. 1-0. Infield pulled in, expecting that bunt. Umpire likes it. Ball on the inside corner. He calls it a strike. 1-1. Joey Hecht with a long look into his catcher. Durr squares around before the pitch is even delivered. Pulls back at a high pitch. Ball thrown down to second base. No chance at the play there. As Carlos Salaveria gets back in. Durr squares at the 2-1 pitch, pulls it back 3-1. Let's see if he puts the bunt out early again, or if Coach Urso lets him take a poke at a fastball. He's squaring, trying to move the runner around, pulls it back and takes ball 4. Bases loaded. Good patient at bat there from Nick Durr. That'll bring up J.D. Urso, who drove in the game's first run with an RBI double. With some speed on the base path with Salaveria, Freitas, and Durr. Maybe another double could probably prove very, very costly to the Panthers pitching staff. Looks like they're going to make a change. Coach Greg Birkmeyer out there to talk to his pitcher, Joey Hecht. Hasn't made the call yet. Umpire's going to walk up and force a decision here, it looks like. Now he makes the late call. The umpire gets all the way out to the mound. He makes the call. Looks like number 10, Blake Bile, takes over on the mound. Blake's a grad school pitcher, a 6'2", 205-pound right-hander from Rockledge, Florida. Another graduate of Cocoa High School. Played at Palm Beach Atlantic. Grad transfer here. Comes in a tough spot. We'll be back here after one message.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
26. Dan Sullivan. That one's easy. I got that one all day. The Spartans will go to a pinch hitter here. Dan Sullivan steps to the plate, taking the cuts for J.D. Urso. Here in the 8th inning, bases loaded, no outs for Sullivan, a junior, making his 5th appearance on the season. He is 5 for 11, 2 runs scored, a double, and 1 RBI so far. Let's see if he can add to that total against new pitcher Blake Bile for the Florida Tech Panthers.
He's 6'2".
Yeah. Strike one is a call to Dan Sullivan. Infield in. See if Sullivan can pop one over their head. He sends one high into center field. Deep. That should be good enough to score the run. Schnurr with a big throw home, but that one is a stand-up run. RBI sac fly in the pinch hit appearance for Dan Sullivan. That'll score Carlos Salaveria, making this game 3-0. Other two runners stand pat. Didn't want to get an out on the bases while Salaveria rushed home. Another pinch hitter, Luke Glancy, grad transfer from Andover, Massachusetts, went to Tulane before kind of landing here with the Spartans. Glancy looking for his first hit of the season in 8 at-bats. Looks at ball one. Swings over the top of a ball inside, 1-1. Nice stop there from Blaze Maris, the backstop for the Panthers. Glancy does have 4 walks. He sends that one out to right field. Gonna burn the right fielder. Bounce that one off the wall. Umpire calling that a home run. Excuse me, a home run. Must have hit off the scoreboard, folks. Apologize to Luke Glancy for not properly recognizing his first hit of the season, a home run. Impressive, a 3-run shot. That ball, first home run of the season, first hit of the season for Luke Glancy. Putting a lot of fun numbers up, bumping that RBI total from 1 to 4. That's a good feeling right there, I bet. Makes this lead 6-0 for the Spartans here in the 8th inning. Nothing like finishing out the game strong. I'm sure Coach Urso, his staff will be very pleased with that. Let's see if they can keep adding to it, and then their pitching staff can finish this one out as we head to the second game of the doubleheader. That ball skied to the right side. Parrish comes in, settles underneath it. Second out of the inning. That'll turn the lineup over. However, as we pointed out last inning, Mikey Navarrete came in as the defensive replacement, stepped in at third base, take over for Nick Winklemeyer, who was the second baseman. So Mikey Navarrete with his first AB of the game. One and one. That ball finds the hole through the left side of the infield. That's a single for Mikey. 2 out base hitting here. That'll bring up E.J. Cumbo to the plate. Combo with a double earlier in the game. 1 for 4 so far. See if he can add a few numbers to the day. Maybe a RBI would be nice. Ball over the plate, 0-1. Bile delivers home. 1-1. Combo swings at a ball inside, fouls it off. 1-2. Navarrete with a modest lead off first base. 1-2 count to EJ Combo. He slaps a single. That's the 10th hit into the outfield. He'll go to second. No, he will hold up about halfway, dives back into first base as the ball comes in. Runners on the corner for Drew Earhart, the 3-hole hitter. 10 hits today for the Spartans. Eight of them coming in the last 3 innings. Earhart looking for his first hit of the game. Watches strike one go by. Earhart swings over that one. 0-2. Earhart sends his first hit in. That'll bring a run in. Single into center. Combo will move all the way around to third base. RBI single for Drew Earhart. And the Spartans have battered around here in the 8th inning. 7-0. University of Tampa leads Florida Tech here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 3 straight 2-out singles for the Spartans. Carlos Salaveria, who entered as a pinch runner after Jamarcus Lyons singles to start this game, gets his first at-bat. Salaveria, sophomore, 5'10", 175 from Cypress Bay High School by way of College of Central Florida. And he is out. We head to the 9th inning with the University of Tampa Spartans 7, Florida Tech Panthers 0. We'll be right back.
Nowadays, more and more people are on the go. We are all busy with work and family. Clean Eats has a solution. At every Clean Eats location, we have grab-and-go coolers that are packed full of freshly made breakfast, lunch, and dinner meals. Whether you are a soccer mom, business person, athlete, or just someone that does not have time to prepare your own meals, Clean Eats has you covered. Our grab-and-go cooler will always have a wide selection of meals to satisfy you. Each to-go meal is priced under $7 to make our food very affordable. Be sure to stop and try a to-go meal. Clean Eats. It's a lifestyle.
Rodney Bernard steps to the plate for the Panthers, down to their final 3 outs here in the 9th inning. Jordan Leisure looking to finish this one out. He came in when it was 2-0, so he's hoping to close out his first save of the season. Bernard 1 for 3 on the day with a double in his last at bat. One and one is the count to Rodney Bernard. Bernard, a 6'1", 175 senior. Looks at a ball just in. That one's low, 3-1. He takes his walk. The Panthers have the leadoff runner on base in the 9th inning against Jordan Leisure. Panthers will bring Paul Castillo to the plate. Castillo 0 for 3 on the day, the third baseman. See how much Leisure focuses on Bernard coming straight at the plate, and Paul Castillo. Strike one's the call. That one is away. The lefty Castillo, strikeout in the first inning, and then a liner to shortstop and a ground ball to third base in his 3 at-bats today. Breaking ball in for strike 2. Leisure checks over on the runner, looks his direction, brings home. Foul ball, straight back. John Lavin with the fresh legs runs over and picks up the foul ball. Leisure delivers home. Rodney Bernard takes a couple extra steps at the ball in the dirt, but good job from new catcher Luke McDonald. Came in as a defensive replacement this inning. Good job of keeping that ball in front of him there by Luke. Keeps the runner at first base. 2-2 delivery. Ball flied out into shallow right field. Earhart goes back on it. The second baseman makes the catch. 1 down. Runner at first base. That'll bring up Brett Parrish in search of his first hit on the day. A couple of strikeouts. Fly ball into center field. He looks at ball one, up and away. Just a little cleanup work. Sam Freitas, who entered as a pinch hitter last inning, he'll stay in and play first base after he replaced Malcolm in the hitting lineup. Ball fouled back 1-2 to Brett Parrish. 5-hole hitter for the Panthers here today. And game one of this doubleheader, folks, we'll be back after this one about a half hour later for the game two of this doubleheader. Final game of the 3-game series here. Ball in the dirt. McDonald with another good job, dropping a knee and keeping it in front of him. We appreciate you spending an afternoon with us. I'm Jarrett Guthrie covering the game today with my producer Nico Gamayo watching out. That ball fouled back 2-2. Appreciate you spending an afternoon with us. Hope you stick around for the second game of this doubleheader. If you're just joining us, yesterday UT traveled to Melbourne to take on Florida Tech on their field, coming away with a 7-1 victory. Spartans looking to go to 6-1 here, finishing this game off. That ball called for a strike, looking. Punch out there for Jordan Leisure. Florida Tech down to their final out here in the 9th inning. Rodney Bernard, the base runner at first base. Dylan Owens, who had a single in his first a double in his first at bat, and a couple ground outs to shortstop. Looking down at the possible last hitter here for the Panthers. Let's see if he can change that. Strike one delivered from Leisure. Strike two called on the corner inside. Panthers now down to their final strike. Jordan Leisure throws one up high. Umpire, they check down with the umpire on the bases. John Dowdy, he says no swing. It's 1-2.
Yes, I have the regular announcement. So we're good with that. I'm working at baseball this year.
Stays alive there with a foul ball down the right field line. Dylan Owens battling in this AB. Jordan Leisure, who again came in with a 2-run lead, looking for his first save of the season. Close breaking ball, but just outside. 2-2. Dylan Owens hoping he can keep his team playing in this one. Leisure fires one in. McDonald turns around to show the umpire he has it. That's a 7-0 win for your University of Tampa Spartans over Florida Tech. Big win for Braden Nelson. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts. He improves to 2-0. Jordan Leisure picks up his first save. Freshman J.D. Urso with the RBI double proves the difference maker here in the 5th inning, getting his team on the board. They scored 2 in that inning thanks to a Jose Cadenas RBI sac fly. But it was a big 5-run 8th that put this game away. RBI sac fly from Dan Sullivan in a pinch hit, and a huge 3-run home run, the first of the season for Luke Clancy, puts this game out of reach. Again, folks, this is a doubleheader day. A 7-inning game 2. It will be upcoming in about a half hour. Make sure you stay tuned to us here on Tampa Spartans TV on the SSC network. We can't wait to bring you the second game, the final game of this doubleheader, the final game of this 3-game series between the Florida Tech Panthers and the University of Tampa Spartans. We'll be back. Thanks, folks.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Victoria, and I'm a junior studying communications. Today we're going to be visiting some of my favorite off-campus spots that make the Tampa Bay area special. A short walk across the bridge from campus, you'll find Curtis Hickson Park. Located in downtown Tampa, it serves as a popular spot for concerts and festivals. Next door is the Tampa Museum of Art and Glazer Children's Museum. In addition, check out Tampa's Riverwalk, a downtown biking and walking trail that links 5 museums and 7 parks.